Hey everyone, my name's Bo and welcome to my third video on my YouTube channel Cryptocurrency Australia. So in this video we're going to be covering an introduction to exchanges, in particular good exchanges in Australia, how to go about creating an account and how you can actually start buying cryptocurrency for the first time. So just before we kick off and actually get into the different exchanges and what we can use in Australia, what actually is an exchange? So an exchange is basically an online marketplace where shares or cryptocurrencies are bought and sold. So the cryptocurrency exchanges are basically directly analogous to the stock market and the way the stock market works. The difference with cryptocurrencies is instead of having to go through a broker, you can basically do it yourself. And I know there are different websites that you can trade stocks yourself, but cryptocurrencies is essentially completely in the hands of the user, of the people who want to actually trade. Now the value of each particular coin is determined on basic supply and demand principles. Okay? Now demand is driven by speculation, by hype, and other external factors as well as internal factors. You'll find the further you get into cryptocurrencies, a little bit of news on Bitcoin or a little bit of news on Ethereum, whether it's positive or negative, has a huge impact on the cryptocurrencies in general, on all altcoins. So that's one thing to be aware of at the very start. Now, what are some different exchanges? Now, we'll cover each of these exchanges in just a moment. But there are many different exchanges to use. You don't just need to use exchanges in Australia. In fact, there's plenty of other exchanges based in the US which you can use, and we'll go over those. There are several popular exchanges in Australia. The most popular are CoinSpot, Independent Reserve, and CoinJar. Now, all exchanges have differing pros and cons, but I'll talk in particular about CoinSpot and Independent Reserve, both of which I have used. My favourite is CoinSpot, but I've used both, and we'll talk about those in just a sec. Now, before we actually go to those websites and look at actually how to start, some initial requirements to get started are we need to obviously make an account using an email address. Now, if you have an email address which has been compromised by a lot of spam or some viruses or any phishing, I would suggest that you create a new email address, completely independent, that not many people know about, and use that to make these accounts, just to add an extra level of security. We'll go through verifying your identity and the requirements to actually upload maybe a copy of a passport or a license or a utility bill. We'll go through setting up your account using two-factor authentication and how vitally important it is to do this for your own security. Paper backups and actually backing up your account details on physical paper, and additional security. Some additional security that can be used such as a private browser, antivirus software, and some people even have a second secure computer that they use purely for trading and logging into these accounts. Okay guys, so we've just gone to coinspot.com.au, which is the Australian exchange that I mentioned earlier, and we'll just have a quick look at the website and run over a few things. So this is the main page here. So here it's showing some popular currencies that are traded, which is Bitcoin, Dash, Ethereum, and Litecoin. So we're just going to go on to view all coins. Now here are all the coins listed that you can buy on this particular exchange. Now, one issue at the moment is in the cryptocurrency world is different exchanges exchange different coins. Some have a lot, some have a few. So this is one problem at the moment. However, CoinSpot has quite a few different coins. It has all the popular coins, and they're adding new coins all the time. So if we look here at the moment, you'll see just some really popular ones. So Bitcoin obviously being the most popular. The buy rate is the current price to buy one of that coin at the current market rate in Australian dollars. That's why I like this site so much, is because everything is in Australian dollars, which is very easy for us to understand the value of that rather than trading in Bitcoin or Ethereum. Now the market cap is basically the overall value of Bitcoin in the marketplace at the moment. So 55 billion, it's 30 billion above Ethereum. So it's, you know, by a long way the most popular and will be for a long time. Now the change in 24 hours is essentially how much the price has fluctuated in the last 24 hours from the point in time that you clicked on this website. So right now, Bitcoin has dropped 4.5% in the last 24 hours, whereas Litecoin has gone up by 1.48% in the last 24 hours. So it's also another really good indication on which currencies are doing well and which ones might be good to look out for. So here we have Ant shares, has gone up by 0.27%. Steam's another very popular currency. Sia coin, Doge. So you can see there's a lot of different coins here that you can buy from coinspot.com. So let's actually look at creating an account and how we can actually get started now. So if we just go up here to register, we'll put in an email. Cryptosaustralia@gmail.com. Okay, so create a password. Obviously be careful with your password, make it as complicated as you can, but you definitely don't want to forget it. So let's create a password, retype the password. Referred by, so obviously you can put in a referral. I'm not a robot. Create account. Okay, so the first thing you need to do, you don't need to do it, you can trade without doing this, but I recommend above all else is to enable two-factor authentication. It is just imperative, it's just an extra layer of security that is just so important that you have. So first of all, let's click on this enable 2FA. Okay, and then enable two-factor authentication. So the next step you need to do is you need to go to the App Store on whatever device you have, and you need to download the Google Authenticator app. It looks a little something like this. I'll show you on my iPhone. You can see the Authenticator there, down the bottom. So you download that app, and then you scan this QR code, and what that'll do is that'll actually bring up a 6-digit constantly changing code that you need to put in every time you log in. So if your account gets hacked, no one can log in without that authenticator on your phone. So you holding your phone, you carry the key. You carry the master lock. That's why it's so important, because it protects you if your email or your account gets hacked. Okay, so after you've downloaded the Authenticator app and you've synced it to that QR code, the next thing I recommend you do before you progress to the next step is print this page to a paper copy or a PDF so you have a copy of that QR code somewhere. The reason is if you lose your phone or it gets damaged and you need to resync the authenticator with this account, you've got a copy of that QR code that you can resync it. If you don't, it's going to be a real pain in the neck. You'll have to contact CoinSpot and get them to essentially reset your account or help you get back in because you won't have the authenticator. So print this page, print it to either a PDF and hide it somewhere on your computer, or put it on an account with password protected, or do what I did and print it to paper and store it somewhere safe, okay? So after you've done that, you put in your token down here, you hit submit, and then you've enabled 2FA on your account. Okay guys, so the next thing you need to do to get started is you need to verify your identity. Now don't be afraid of this. When I first did it, I kept thinking, is this a scam? Is this a phishing email? Are they trying to, not a phishing email, a phishing site, are they trying to steal my identity? Don't be worried. It's actually under Australian law. They need to verify your account before you're actually allowed to start trading. So it's actually in Australian law, and that's why they do it. So the first step is verifying your email. It's pretty straightforward. Everyone knows how to do that. Step number 2 is verifying your email. Your mobile phone. So put in your number. They'll send you a token. Put in the code. Verify the token. Third thing, this is an optional one. You can put in your Facebook profile. That allows CoinSpot staff to go and actually check your account and make sure it's legitimate. Fourth thing is your license. So scan your license or take a photo of it. That's what I did on my phone. Took a photo and emailed it to myself. Step number 5 is a verification photo. This one's a little bit weird. You do feel like a bit of a dope doing this, but I had to do it, and don't worry, it's it's perfectly legitimate. Just do it exactly as this guy did. I had to try a couple of times because the photos I did didn't have the actual writing very clear, so make sure the writing's nice and clear. Just do it exactly like this guy here as well. And step number 6 is a utility bill. So gas, power, water, whatever, as long as it shows your name, your address, and the fact that it's a registered account, that should be fine. Now, do note that a lot of these, they only take a JPEG or a PNG, so you'll probably need to screenshot a picture of your bill rather than actually uploading the PDF, which is a bit frustrating. I don't know why they do that, but it's a requirement nonetheless. Okay guys, so once you've uploaded all your verification documents, allow a couple of days, because there are actually physical human beings that actually do the verification on your account. The support staff are very good. I've contacted them before and they're always gotten back to me within a day or two. So usually allow about a day or two before you get verified. Now once that verification's been done, if you come over here to your dashboard, you will be authorized to deposit money. Now CoinSpot at the moment only allows Poly payments, which is like a secure transfer system that you log into your bank through another window, and you're able to transfer cash directly from your bank into CoinSpot. It's really quick, it's instantaneous. In fact, you don't have to wait, unlike BPay. You don't have to wait a day or two. They don't do credit cards at the moment, but hopefully that'll be coming soon. So put some money in here, and you can start to buy. So if you come over here to buy and view all coins, you can literally start to buy any of these coins as you wish. Now, just a note, and we will get into this in later videos, but just to try and keep this video short, you don't have to buy a whole coin. Okay, so most of the coins are technically infinitely dividable. So you can buy $5 a Bitcoin. You can buy $1 a Bitcoin. You can buy half a Litecoin. So don't be phased by the buy rate. That's just for one whole coin. But as I said, technically they're infinitely dividable. But what you'll find is the more you divide it, the small transaction fees will end up being more expensive than the coin, than how much you're buying itself. So it has to be worth it. Okay, so you've just bought some cryptocurrency. You've just bought X amount for X amount of dollars, whatever you were comfortable with. What happens next, and where does it go? So at the top right here, you're going to see a little button here, a link that says Wallets. So we'll click on that. Now here is where the amount of coins you bought for whatever you paid for will be deposited. Now the wallet is almost like a unique digital repository for that particular currency. Think of this almost like a bank. It's almost like a bank. These are different currencies, say euros or American dollars, or Japanese yen or whatever. Okay, so this is where they'll come. Now be patient, sometimes it takes 5 or 10 minutes, but they will most definitely show up here. Okay, so the balance column first is the quantity that you bought. Now the approximate value in Australian dollars is the value of your balance at current market rate. So let's just say, for example, you bought $1,500 of Bitcoin. You log in 2 days later and the market's gone up by 10%. So 10% of $1,500 is $150. So your approximate value will be $1,650. So if you've got a bunch of different coins here, at any given day you can log in and your balance or your total balance will be representative of how the market's gone. So if the market's gone down, your balance is going to be less. If the market's gone up, your balance is going to be higher. A good way to see a summary is on your dashboard. So if you get a dashboard, it'll tell you the total value of your wallet. Okay. Now, a lot of people don't like keeping their currencies on exchanges because there are some exchanges that have actually been hacked in the past and money has been stolen. I personally do keep currency on CoinSpot. Not a huge amount, but I do keep some amount. I trust them, but it's all about what you're comfortable with and how much you have on here. If I had a lot of money on here, I certainly would be transferring it off. But in my mind, what I have on here, I'm comfortable to keep on here. Okay, so a good way to see a breakdown summary of what you paid for these currencies at any given time, which does get difficult over as you buy more and more and sell over the weeks and the months, is you come over here to account and you go to order history. So under order history will be a breakdown of the time and the date you bought, the type of currency that you bought, the market value, the amount you bought, the price per coin, and the fees you paid. So I personally manage my own spreadsheet where I copy and paste this data and then I manipulate it, which is a good way to make it a little bit more usable, but you'll always see a breakdown here. Okay guys, so in later episodes we're going to get more into the online wallets and how to actually transfer coins in and out, but that's for a later episode. What are some things to think about, to look for, and to keep on top of when you're buying cryptocurrencies? So look for trends in the market, okay? So I'll put a link in the description to all these websites, but always have CoinMarketCap open as well. And there's other websites as well, such as Poloniex and Bittrex, where you can actually look at the current trading volumes of the cryptocurrencies, and we will cover that in detail in later videos. Research the companies behind these coins. Imagine the coins are like shares, okay? So you're buying shares in a company. The difference is these coins one day you'll be able to use to actually purchase things. Okay, so try and imagine the coins are shares to psychologically put in your own mind that you're buying a part in the company. So you need to believe in what the company's doing. It has to be a real company and they have to be solving a problem. Fight off FOMO, fear of missing out. If you're seeing lots of green in those percentage changes in the last 24 hours, maybe it's not a good time to buy. If something's just gone up 20% in the last 24 hours, at some point it's going to dip. Whenever there's a steep rise, there's always a dip. So just keep your eye on the market, okay? And have a price in your head that you're comfortable with to buy in. Only invest what you can afford to lose. This is so important. Have a set amount of money aside that you know, put in your head and make sure that you know if you lose that money, it's not going to affect your finances. It's not going to impinge on you paying a bill. It's not going to stop you from eating. Okay, that is so important because if the market dips, you'll be much better prepared to deal with some minor losses while the market goes down. Start small. You know, start with $10, start with $50, start with $100. Whatever is small to you with your current budget, just start small until you start to learn and you get a feel for the market. You only lose money if you sell. Okay, now I started in this game a few months ago. I started just as the market was going up. I bought a lot of coins too high. I learned that lesson. And if I had sold them recently, I would have lost a ton of money. But I haven't. I've kept them, and now the market's on the rise. You only lose money if you sell them at a loss. If you hold them, the market will eventually recover, and you will return to being in a positive position. Join Facebook groups and study. Read the white papers, get involved in these groups, get involved in the conversations, because that's where you're going to learn a lot of what you need to know to be a successful investor. So look guys, thanks for taking the time to watch this video. I have a lot more coming. I'm sorry I didn't cover everything in detail, but in later videos we'll cover more exchanges, we'll cover trends and what to look for in the market and good times to buy. So thanks everyone, have a great rest of the day and I'll see you next time.